Hello everyone, welcome aboard. So again we have brought you the new topic of today's current affairs, and today we are going to discuss the current affairs of 1st June, and this session has been brought to you by Himalaya-IAS classes. If you want to enroll yourself for IAS 2021 batch or KAS exam batch in English or Kannada medium, you can reach out to us on www.himalaya-iasclasses.com, or you can reach out to us on this given number. The significance of current affairs in the civil services examination in prelim stage, we have straightforward questions coming from current affairs topics. In mains, direct questions on these current affairs related issues, also indirect questions where you can use the current affairs examples or case studies have been asked regularly. Then in essay, where you have to write multiple dimensions of any topic, there these current affairs, they help you a lot to develop your own opinion. And in the interview, most of the questions are about the contemporary issues. So this one thing can help you in all the stages of this civil services examination. So let's get started without any delay. The first issue or first news for today is there is an amendment bill which has been tabled in the Nepalese parliament, and where they are going to approve the new map which has been released in Nepal. Why it is important for us, you can ask, like, why we are discussing any other country's amendment bill? Because they have included certain Indian areas into Nepalese territory. Okay, so this is an ongoing issue for this whole month. So syllabus wise, it comes under international relations. In prelims, question can be asked, and in the mains, international relation is the part of general studies paper 2. So let us see what is it. So there is a constitutional amendment bill to formalize the new map which has been released by Nepal. Okay, so what they are going to change, they are going to update the schedule 3 of their constitution. What are the areas which they have shown in their map and which is part of Indian territory is Limpiadhura, Lipu Lake, Kalapani. Please remember all these three names: Limpiadhura, Lipu Lake, Kalapani. I'll show you on map as well. As of now, in India, they are part of Pithoragarh district in Uttarakhand. Please do remember this as well. So let us take a look at these areas. So you see, this is the Nepal. And in this area, this is a zoom in map of this area. These are the three places. So Limpiadhura in the northernmost. Then there is Kalapani and there is Lipu Lake. So Lipu Lake is almost located at the tri-junction between Nepal, India and China. And Lipu Lake is the pass through which the trade between India and Tibet is carried on. Okay, so UPSC can even ask you to arrange these from north to south or east or to west. Okay, so just try to remember this map and these names. Moving to the next, from space technology, one major achievement which this SpaceX company has achieved, it has become the first company to send humans. Okay, so they have sent a spacecraft called Dragon. Okay, and that has gone to the space and docked with the International Space Station. So sorry about this. Prelims, it is part of science and technology, and science and technology is the part of general studies paper 3. Okay, this is editing error. So what are the important points from this news item for our prelims perspective is, one is a SpaceX company. It is the first private company to launch people into the space. Please do remember that. What is the name of the spacecraft which they have used to send? The name of the spacecraft is Dragon. Please do remember that. They have gone to International Space Station. What the rocket they have used? They have used the rocket called Falcon 9. Okay, and from where this was launched? This was launched from Kennedy Space Center in USA. Okay, and apart from this, what are the countries who have sent humans to the space till now? Only 3 countries in the world, which is US, China and Russia. So any of these information can be asked in the prelims examination. Please do remember that. Okay, next important article from today is talks about line of actual control, and it points out that the border agreement what we have with China, that itself has some flaws in it, and which contributes to this tension which keeps happening between India and China around line of actual control. Okay, so syllabus wise, it is part of, again, international relations. International relation is part of general studies paper 2. So let's take a look. So absence of definitions of line of actual control in the border agreement between India and China, it contributes to the problems. Okay, so we have seen standoff is happening. We have repeatedly mentioned it in our daily sessions that 3 places in Ladakh, which is Galwan River, which is Demchuk, which is Pangong Taso Lake, and one place in Sikkim, which is Nakula. Okay, so in all these 4 regions, in month of May, we have seen the standoff happening between Indian and Chinese soldiers along the line of actual control. Okay, so what are some agreements? Let's take a look. So there is an agreement on peace and tranquility along LAC 1993. So prelims 1 factual simple questions can be: India has agreement on peace and tranquility 1993 with which country? So that is India and China. Again, we have another confidence building measure along LAC agreement with China, that is of 1996. So here the basic problem is there is no recognition of existing lines of deployment first, and there is ambiguity over LAC. So let me show you through the map. So this is the McMahon line. In the complete map, what you see. Okay, let me use some different color. Yeah, so this line is the McMahon line as agreed by Shimla Convention of 1914. Okay, which makes the boundary, which we consider as boundary. But we all know 1962 China-India war happened and Chinese acquired this place in Ladakh region, Askai Chin, and they took control over this area which is known as Tawang Valley. Okay, now the positioning of the two countries is along this line. Okay, here and here around this line. Now this is the actual line of control, line of actual control. Now problem is that first this line of actual control is not defined. Now the agreement says that 10 kilometers this side the Chinese will not come up, 10 kilometers this side Indians will not come up, but they can patrol in that area. So there are 2 lines actually, one LAC which is not defined, then actual positioning beyond which the troops should be deployed, that is also not defined, because of which lot of standoff is happening. So there is a need to define these boundary agreements clearly about LAC. Then only the fundamental problems of this confusion can be resolved. Okay. Now, next article in today's paper, it talks about it advocates actually that if India wants to adopt a universal basic income, this is the right time and we must do it now. Okay. So let us see, syllabus wise, it is part of the Indian economy. You're talking about universal basic income. Okay. And mains Indian economy is the part of general studies paper 3. What is universal basic income? So remember this: unconditional money transfer to every citizen. See, this is a keyword, unconditional. It's not that you are going to target anybody or based on any selection criteria. Okay, so the most of the population should get the benefit of this, and every person entitled to this should get a, let's say, lump sum amount. Okay, because see, universal basic income, the name itself suggests. What are the reasons the article is trying to put out? So one is the Industrial Revolution 0.4. So we all know 4 industrial revolutions. First was related to energy, then electrical, then we have seen the ICT revolution, which was Industrial Revolution 3. And this 4th industrial revolution is being called because of the new technologies like Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, big data, biotechnology. Okay, so what will happen once these technologies, they start applying to the existing or replacing existing technologies, they will reduce a lot of jobs. So there will be a lot of unemployment. Again, this COVID crisis has created a lot of unemployment, even reduction in the demand in the economy. There is a lot of slump in the growth. Recently, we have seen that the GDP growth of India has came to 11-year low. Okay, so in these situations, this universal basic income can be the poverty and hunger eradication tool. Okay, zero poverty and zero hunger is SDG goal 1 and SDG goal 2. Along with it, we also have huge infrastructure building requirements. So these people, they can be utilized. Okay, our 90% of the workforce in India is informal. You have seen the migration of the laborers recently. Informal workforce means the people who don't have access to the social security benefits. So actually they have lost the job as well, these people working in the informal sector. So this is the right time if you want to boost the demand, along with it give some sort of income support to the people. Okay, and to stimulate the economy, we must adopt to the universal basic income. Okay. Then next news item today, it talks about making up of a cyclone in the Arabian Sea. Okay, so cyclone, it's a low pressure system. Subject wise, it is part of physical geography in prelims. Mains, physical geography is the part of GS paper 1. So in the Arabian Sea, there is a low pressure area. Also, monsoon is about to enter in Kerala, supposedly on 2nd or tomorrow. So this, if the cyclone comes up, it can have an effect on monsoon. What can be the effect? See, if the cyclone, let me use a line. Okay, so imagine this is the western coast of India. So if cyclone moves towards this, then if cyclone moves towards this, then it can bring break into the monsoon. And if cyclone moves towards Indian side, then it can bring rain to the upper areas. So okay, this cyclone, if it comes at the time of the entering of monsoon, it can have a effect on this monsoon. Now, what is the condition for the cyclone formation? So there are total 6 conditions which you should know. This can be asked in the prelims examination. Sufficiently warm sea surface temperature, so 27 or 8 degrees Celsius or more. Then there should be some atmospheric instability, some disturbance, high humidity in the lower to middle levels of troposphere, enough Coriolis force which can deflect the wind, okay, and pre-existing low level focus or disturbance, which we already have. That's why this news has come up that there might be a cyclone coming up, and low vertical wind shear. So these are the conditions which are needed for formation of a cyclone. Now, last news item for today, it relates to the G7 summit, which was supposed to happen, but Mr. Donald Trump has said that he has decided to postpone the G7 summit, okay, and he wanted to expand the list of invitees. So syllabus wise, it is part of, again, international relations, and in mains, international relation is the part of general studies paper 2. So let's take a look what this group is, who are the members. That can be asked in the prelims. So in news, because postponement of G7 summit, and he wanted to expand the list of the invitees. So who are there in the expanded list? Remember these names: Australia, Russia, South Korea, and India. See, Australia was earlier part of G7, then it was known as G8, but it was expelled in 2018 once Russia annexed Crimea, okay, in Ukraine. It is a grouping of world most developed economies. And who are the members? So US, Canada, all both of them part of North America. You can remember 2. See, Italy, Germany, Japan, they all fight it together in Second World War. So you can remember this 3. Then UK and France, they are rivals in Europe. Then you can remember this 2. So 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. Who are in the expanded list? So India. See, in the Pacific Ocean, you can remember South Korea and Australia. Russia was already a member, expelled. Now again, they want them to invite to this summit. So guys, that was all for today's current affairs points, which is relevant for the UPSC or other civil services exams. This is a list of do's and don'ts, which you can follow in order to maximize your chances of selection in the civil services examination. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and to press the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we upload a current affairs video. So thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.